Electricity. We take it for granted until lights out. In this video we are going to look at this amazing picture, but I'm going to introduce you to a new picture which complements this picture in terms of ancient technology, a picture you will not have seen before. I mean, this is so important. This is just so important. So let's now look at this picture and let's try and see what's going on here. Now, I used to laugh at this when they used to say, and Eric von Däniken used to pop up and say, oh, it's a light bulb, it's a light bulb, and obviously it could be a flower. But then again, look at that filament. What sort of flower has a snake as a filament? That is clearly a snake. A snake is like a lashing tongue of energy, a tongue of fire. This frog-like creature over here, wasn't it Dagon who brought all the knowledge to mankind? This fish-like creature. And over here he has these two knives, which are just absolutely fascinating. Obviously two electrodes. I mean, you have an ancient electrical science in this extraordinary picture, which is unbelievable. And it's been passed down to more primitive Stone Age peoples who have been unable to understand or fathom what is going on here. Now, there was this painter who was active in Venice and also Egypt. We're going to look at some of his works as they relate to the colossi at Memnon. We will come back to this fascinating image quite shortly. These are the colossi of Memnon at Thebes, one of the capitals of essentially Upper Egypt, up in the mountains, up in the highlands of the Nile. And essentially we showed they were made from geopolymer, following on from the work of Joseph Davidovits. What I'd like to draw your attention to is not only the tiny size of the people here, but also this diagram here. We're going to look at what's going on with that diagram, because that is another electrical picture. In this particular image you cannot really see what's going on. I mean, you can't see what's going on. It's really not very well done, but we're going to have a look at another image and oh boy, it's going to become very apparent. So these are the colossi of Memnon, undoubtedly originally made out of geopolymer. They've melted away. The stone has melted away. So this was a bad mix. It was done in the New Kingdom with ancient recipes, and the recipes failed. Instead of turning into rock, it turned back into sand. So this was a bad mix. The guy who mixed this up, he was bragging that he made stone, and obviously that one, it was an even worse mix. Look what happened to that. It's absolutely gone. And it was rebuilt by later Egyptians. Now this is that artist I showed you earlier, the colossi from the back. This one totally rebuilt because the mix absolutely failed. And again, you look at how the mix has failed. It's crumbled. It's crumbled into nothing. Unbelievable, unbelievable. But with technology comes associated technologies, complementary technologies. So we're going to look at what's going on with that. Look, that face is just melted away. The arm is gone. But it's still sitting there. I mean, this doesn't make any sense. This was all poured out. And now it's time for this. Look, I can't read this. Does it say design? Particular to hieroglyphs, remarkables, graves, engraved, sous le blah 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 blah, in French, blah blah blah. Okay, guys, I want to draw your attention to what's going on all the way over here. Something absolutely remarkable beyond any human comprehension. And I'm really proud to be able to bring this to you as well, by the way. Because if we look at what's going on here, oh boy. There are two men here. Two men. What are they doing? They look like they're pulling cables. They're workers. They're pulling cables. Oh, the flowers? Those are the flowers again. Remember the flowers? Look at that. It looks like a transmission line. Look up here. They look like what you find on top of transmission lines, capacitors. Just amazing. Just really amazing. And they're working hard. They're just pulling on these wires and they're tying the wires up around the base. These are wires. Now I want to know what these men are doing. What are these men doing? Because if a 20th century person looks at this, he'll say they're fiddling with electricity. I want to know right now what these characters are up to. You know, I don't think the Egyptologists are going to tell us what these characters are up to. They're going to read the hieroglyphs and they're going to say, oh, the king is great, the king is powerful. That's what they always say. But that is always a mistranslation because there is slang. There are technical terms, untranslatable technical terms we use in our language today, every single day of the week, every single day of the year. Are archaeologists going to translate those terms in 3,000 years? Absolutely not. So what, again I ask, what are these two men doing? Why aren't the Egyptologists talking about this? I've never heard of anything going on here. This is ancient, possible ancient electricity. You would want to carry the lines above the ground so people don't touch them. Naturally, you would use a tall cross like this. I wish everything was a bit more clear here. We have a couple cartouches, but what do they mean? We don't know. Guys, this is unbelievable. What do you think of all this? If these guys found geopolymer recipes in a library to build the colossi, which they seem to have done, which was described in an earlier video, they would also have found similar books possibly describing ancient electricity, as we see right here. I think this is remarkable. This is the next step in our knowledge of ancient Egyptian electricity. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Cheers and good night. Bye. Well guys, my book, Confessions of the Gods, Nuclear War of Anunnaki vs. Nephilim, this is the best book on ancient aliens that you will find. It questions whether they are aliens. It says they could be aliens, they might not be aliens. Ancient humans still could have gone to the stars, gone to other planets. It's quite easy for that to have happened because humanity is so old and we were so technical in the past. Guys, I've still got lots of copies. I can send an autographed copy out anywhere in the world, $36 US. Alternately, as you see here, $3 Kindle or $21 paperback. It's also on the EU Amazon. It's also on the UK Amazon. It's on the German Amazon. I don't know how many Amazons it's on, but it's on a lot of Amazons, so I can tell you that now. So do check that out. This book, as I said here, this book will change our understanding of anything. I challenge any skeptic to read this and tell me that it does not make sense. I mean, and only one review. I mean, it's sold over 100 copies. So let's get some more reviews on here. Yes, come on, guys, give me a review. And I'll catch you next time with another video. Cheers, guys. Bye.